I would invite now Colonel Joshi, who is heading Dr. B.V. Rao Institute of Poultry Management and Technology, who is a luminary institute and the father of the nation, father of the poultry industry. We call it as B.V. Rao. We all know that poultry sector has come into picture by B.V. Rao, and whatever we have, government sector and other sectors started like this. And it is to note that CPDO heads have joined the B.V. Rao Institute, and they started earlier. I would remember the old timers who started. With these few kind words, I will hand over to Colonel Joshi, who has put in great efforts in the army, and then he has come back to lead the poultry human resource. So with all the on behalf of all the panelists here and CPDO TI, I welcome Colonel Joshi to throw light on how this Institute of Pune is helping for the capacity building in the country. All over to Colonel Joshi.
Dr. Mahesh, thank you very much for this wonderful welcome. Am I audible to all the panelists here?
Yeah, you're audible.
Thank you very much. So, without wasting too much time, I'll get on to the presentation straight because we seem to be lacking in time. You have very rightly said that Dr. B.V. Rao is the founding father of organized poultry industry in India. And so let's get to sharing my screen and we can start off. So all panelists, one and all, accord a hearty welcome to Dr. B.V. Rao Institute of Poultry Management and Technology at Orori Kanchal. And I'm your host here, Colonel Manish Joshi. I spent about 26 years in the army in the infantry. And after that, I've been here as head of IPMT for about 2 years. So let's get on to see what IPMT is all about. Dr. B.V. Rao is rightly credited as being the father of organized poultry in India. These are his words. My dream is to see India as the #1 country on the poultry map of the world. When I say #1, it's not merely in number, but also in terms of quality, value, productivity, and management. And I'm sanguine, having heard two luminaries before my talk, that we are well on our way to achieving this goal. This is the president of the IPMT Trust, Mrs. Anuradha Desai. Most people here would know her very well indeed. She has been the Best Woman Entrepreneur Award of 1990. And she was the first lady president of the WPSA from 96 to 2000. She's my boss here as the president of the IPMT Trust. And she's, yes, definitely the chairperson of the VH Group. A bit of history about IPMT. It was raised on 16 May 87 in Orori Kanchal. It was raised as the B.V. Rao IPMT Trust by the Padma Shri himself and Air Marshal Chitnis, who was his very close friend, as a managing trustee. It is a trust under the umbrella of the Venkaleshwar Hatcheries Group. What's our vision? Our vision dovetails with what Dr. Rao had as a dream for the poultry industry in India and the Venky's group in particular. And I'll spell it out to see India as the #1 country on the poultry map of the world in terms of quality, value, productivity, and management. And importantly, to see that poultry farmers make handsome returns on their toil and control their destiny. I'm sure all of us know about NECC's My Egg, My Price, that kind of a motto. Our mission, it is to train economically underprivileged youth in the art and science of poultry management, to inculcate the spirit of entrepreneurship in students, to skill students in self-employment, and to provide highly trained specialists to the VH Group entities in particular and the national poultry industry in general. Objectives. From our vision and mission, we come to these two objectives, that is to provide theoretical and practical training. As we go ahead, you'll see how practical it is, on modern and scientific lines to existing and prospective poultry farmers, as well as other technical and non-technical persons. Second is to carry out applied research in different branches of poultry science for the benefit of poultry farmers and the industry. Recognition. We are recognized as a training institute and for research and for PhD scholars to do part of their PhD here by the Maharashtra Animal and Fisheries Science University, MAFSU. And we are also recognized as a scientific and industrial research organization, CIRO, by the Department of Scientific Industrial Research, that is DSIR. Honors. The institute was given the WPSA Education Award in 2008 and the Indian Poultry Journalist Award in 2009. And for excellent skills in the education sector, we were given the All India Achievers Shiksha Bharati Puraskar in 2010. Training. This is our the main aim for setting up the institute. So courses, we have a 16-week basic poultry management course, which is run for about 120 students pre-corona. But now because of corona, we have had to reduce it to 45 students. So we have about 48 rooms, hostel rooms here. And presently under the COVID restrictions, we can house only one person in a room. But we have still not got any permission from the government. So we are still waiting for that. Our last course terminated on 8th of March, and we have not been able to start a course because of corona. Orientation courses for 8 weeks. If we have more than 20 people asking for this course, we start this course. It's an orientation course for poultry farmers who are already doing poultry, so we can just teach them some science about the whole business. And the advanced poultry management courses for entrepreneurs / owners of poultry farms, that is for 48 weeks. That's almost a whole year. So they spend half of their time here in learning the theory and getting to grips with the poultry business. And then they spend the rest of the 24 weeks onto farms of the Venkateshwar Hatcheries Group. We also host some specialized courses for 4 weeks each. As you can see, the disease diagnosis and laboratory work. As we go ahead in the presentation, you'll see the kind of HR manpower that I've got to impart this kind of training. Feed formulation and proximate feed analysis for those who want to start their own feed mixing, which I'm told is a growing business now. Investors coming into this business would like to do the appreciation course in poultry management to see if this business can work for them. And hatchery management for those who are engaged in hatchery business. Now, once Dr. Rao put a stamp on India for organized poultry, we had a large number of first generation entrepreneurs who entered the business. Their progeny, their successors, their kids are interested in pursuing the parents' line. So for them, we have the second generation entrepreneur course for 8 weeks, where we have got old generation, a family business owner. His children want to learn about the business on the ground and in the classroom. So we run this for the new generation into business. The software that I've got is superlative. For layer operations, we have got Dr. Nalavde. Now, when I say experienced and technical faculty, this particular faculty teaches in the classrooms. At the same time, it manages his respective farm. So the layer operations are taught and managed by Dr. Nalavde. Broiler and hatchery operations by Dr. Tasewal and Dr. Suradkar. The feed processing by Dr. Singare. Avian health and hygiene by Dr. More. Genetics by Dr. Ramnani. Research and trials by Mrs. Borkar and Mr. Gaikwad. Finance, IT and admin by Mr. Dawalbak, Mr. Gopal, Mrs. Maria, and Mr. Kolpe. And I try my best to lead this team. The hardware. We've got a large 46-acre campus. It's a greenfield area developed in 1984 with a main office, a layer section which houses about 55,000 birds, a broiler section which used to house 36,000 birds when we were doing some commercial business. Since then, it has been reduced a bit. A feed processing section with a proper feed plant. And we were donated a beautiful feed mixing machine from Hyderabad, and it generates about 1.5 metric tons per day. A full-fledged students hostel, a full-fledged students mess. We also get female interns from various veterinary colleges across the state, that is from maybe Nagpur and Mumbai. So we house them in this female interns hostel for about a month. Then a senior executive training center, like I mentioned earlier, the second generation of poultry farmers, they want to come and learn about the business. So they are housed here. We have a huge auditorium and a nice gym. Let's see about learning. So here we have Dr. Nalavde teaching the intricacies of layer management to these students. These are all our students here. We have given them a uniform which identifies them as such. And this is the kind of a setup we have to house the layer birds. And this is the broiler section. This is Dr. Suradkar teaching the fine things about broiler business to the students here. So broiler students and layer students, as the professionals in this business would know, usually this kind of a mixing is not done. So once they have to interchange their courses, there is a particular time delay given for about 3 to 4 days where they are almost kind of quarantined. They wash themselves completely so that there is no risk to biosecurity. This is Dr. Singare teaching and his assistant here teaching about feed management. In the feed mill itself, we have a little bit of an old feed mill, nothing compared to what is obtained today, very modern lines, because as I told you, the rationale for this institute is basically training. and not commerce. Now, theory, we have got 2 classrooms like this. So this is Tasewal, who is my head in charge of head for training, teaching his subject. And here we have Dr. More, who teaches about animal health, taking a class for special executive trainees who had come here last year or so. Now, fundamentals, the laboratories teach fundamentals. So this is Mrs. Borkar teaching about how blood is drawn, how the blood samples are made, they put into a Petri dish, and these are students listening to her. We have a pathology lab located with this, wherein you have all kinds of samples which have been stored in formalin, and the students can actually see these samples. A postmortem lab, again, Dr. Singare, Dr. Tasewal, and now Dr. Suradkar also, carrying out live postmortem for students to see. And once he has taught them, they practice doing the postmortem on their own so they can make out what has gone wrong with the bird. And very importantly, they can do this postmortem on their farms also. They don't need to go to a specialized veterinary college to learn what has gone wrong with the bird. We have a library which is dedicated to specialized subjects on the poultry business, as well as some light reading for magazines, books, etc. Field practicals. This is a sister concern of the VH group. So we have complete support of the VH group. As I mentioned earlier, our 48-week students go to these farms, plus our short course students, regular students, they are taken to all these farms which are listed here to learn the business which is practiced in these respective farms. We even show them the Ventri Bio, which makes vaccines after going through an appropriate biosecurity protocol. Hatcheries at Sahyadri, feed processing at Venki's Morwadi, layer farm at Chintamani, broiler feed breeder farm at Khadki. So the kids are taught here, the students are taught here theory, they practice on the farm, and then they go and see our establishments. Placements. We have a proper standard operating procedure for in-house placements. So placement committee headed by me with the various section heads who give inputs about what a particular student should go for. We interact with our group companies to find out the kind of vacancies which they have for various parts, whether it is for broiler or for layer or for feed. Now I have made I am kind of priority for hiring. So day 0 is the group companies. We have Dr. Kolte and his team coming here to pick up the students which they want to hire. And day 1 is given to group franchisees. We have a lot of franchisees who take our birds. Day 2 is for student entrepreneurs who want to set up their own farms. And day 3 is for the open market in case we have got some competitors who want to hire from us. Some small achievements of IPMT, a state-wise list of various students whom we have hosted, and we have tried to teach them something about poultry management. Here is the name of the states, various states, and you'll find that there have been international students, 67 from Nepal, 31 from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka 26, Bhutan 40, Haiti 16. We are trying to attract international students from the Indian littoral around Indian Peninsula, where we have the suitable environmental factors which aid in having a poultry business. Last year, we had a team coming to us from Kazakhstan who wanted to see if they could do some poultry there, but Kazakhstan being very much north, in the north latitude, it was difficult for them to have a poultry business going. We have a reasonably large number of female students. I'm trying to increase this. And an input which I was given by my staff, by the faculty, is that female students are increasing in quantity in all the veterinary colleges. So that's a very, very heartening thing to see. Initially, I thought that women may not want to, get dirty with postmortem in the bird. So they told me, "Sir, घर में तो chicken काटते हैं, तो यहाँ पर कोई problem नहीं होना चाहिए." I said, that's very nice. Research, as I said earlier, we're a recognized research institute, nowhere on the lines of what I've seen earlier on this forum. But nevertheless, some activities, we do medicine trials, feed components, feed additive and supplements, in-house broiler progeny. This in-house broiler progeny is for our top Venco company. Third-party prebiotic, probiotic, antibiotic trials. We get these kind of contracts from third parties. Vitamin trials, feed and proximate analysis, and the full support of the in-house poultry diagnostics and research center. I'm sure all of you poultry professionals have heard of this. This is a very sophisticated laboratory, and I'm not supposed to take photographs of that place and put it up here because it's an industrial secret. So you will forgive me for that. But we get full support from them in terms of doing any kind of tests or trials which we give to them. This is my team. Sitting from left to right is Mr. Dawal Bhatt heading finance, Mr. Singh, Dr. Singare looks after the feed mill, Dr. Nalode looking after layer, Dr. Tasewal looking after teaching, as well as he's the head of training. This is self. Then there is Dr. More, who teaches broiler management, Dr. Suradkar, again broiler, Dr. Ramnani looks after genetics, and we have Mr. Kolpe, who's the chief works manager who looks after the whole farm complex. Standing behind them from left to right is Mrs. Siddhi, the librarian. This is Ms. Sonali Borkar, who's a microbiologist. Ms. Preeti Sudha, who looks after accounts. Ms. Maria, my secretary. And then there is Mr. Gaikwad, who is also a microbiologist and a technician. And this is a gentleman who retired just last year, Mr. Krishnan, who was looking after administration. Next to him is Mr. Mangesh looking after accounts. And Mr. Gopal looks after IT and everything to deal with it. So this, in short, was Team IPMT. Thank you very much. We close with a very beautiful one-day-old chick.
Thank you so much, Colonel Joshi. I think, you put a flavor of army touch and discipline. Then we hope that, you are creating army of human resource. So that is the endeavor of government or in the private sector. Because now the sector is growing so fast. We are 1.5 lakh crore contributing with almost 6 million people employed. So top management is available, bottom of the pyramid is strong. But what I identified is mid segment wherein, future leaders managing the farms, whether it is back end, front end, that is where it is required. Really, congratulations for IPMT, and under your leadership, we will have many more collaborative works with the government. And definitely our institute, whether it is DPR, CRI, all the government institutes would be working together. That is what I can promise. Thank you so much for the time taken.
Thank you very much.